Glad to have you with us from Tampa. Raymond James Stadium as a couple of teams get set to square off in the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the Louisville Cardinals, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Ole Miss Rebels. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense takes the field to start this game off. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a double.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a double.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Rebels will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. Hauls it in, looking for space. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. So the Louisville Cardinals offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players. And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Defense a little too eager on that last one, and now it's 1st and 5. The give to the left side. Oh, he's got some space. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. Here comes the field goal unit. What a disappointment. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Man, sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. He's got his man. The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. They'll run play action. Got his man quickly. Turns it on at midfield. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
I'll I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Sends it back in motion. Back to pass on second down. Flips it out to the back. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. It'll be third and long. They'll go to the air. Got his man. Turning it on. Touchdown, Ole Miss. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Backed up now, here's second and long. Off play action. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Cardinals will punt it away on fourth down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A strike downfield. Breaks into the open. He got loose, almost ousted, finally dragged down at the 32. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Quick release by the QB. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Takes it from the gun on third down. Got his man on the right. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18. Looking for a crease to the left. Plows through the defense. He had a whole host of defenders he had to dodge in the backfield. And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Segar. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll use the running game on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Gonna sling it on second down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. They relentlessly moved forward. Now it's getting down to cases. Third and goal. The screen, he's got wheels. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further.
Hey, listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They'll leave it with him. Shakes off the defender. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. Fires to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. A 3rd down try for the offense. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. From the gun, running back gets the give. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice game.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
I like the defense there and their mentality. After getting gashed on the ground, they just turn the page and they generate the pass rush the very next play.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. And the Cardinals come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Right down the boulevard, it's good. This is now a 7-point game. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They've already put up a couple of scores, and now they have it again up 10. There he goes! He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be 1st down.
But how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, this guy's closing in quickly on 100 yards receiving. We're not even out of the 1st quarter yet. We knew he was going to be a big part of the game plan and the strategy, but every time they've looked his way, he has been making a big play, and that's something the defense, they have to be aware of moving forward.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for us.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a shot as he lets it go. he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Rebels line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He came so close to pinning them deep, but maybe just a little too greedy. Tried to get it too close, and it'll come out to the 20. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Back open in the middle. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Complete to the right. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Got the 1st down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're going to ride this running back. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Leaves it with the back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals!
You know, long touchdown passes don't have to come in the shape of go routes and posts. You can throw a slant. If your guy is able to make one dude miss and build up some steam, when you've got speed like that, you can take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the 2nd. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical.
Oh, he's got some space. And the Rebels will hustle to the line. Second down, they'll go to the air. Right on the money. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Rebels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Had it in his hands and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. The play action fake. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They cannot believe it. A great play on the interception is wiped away with the roughing the passer call. Pressure coming. And that ball's free behind the line. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football. And the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Wants to fire on second down. Throwing right. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a third and long. This one from the 44.
Quickly out to the tight end. Great move. Now he's got room. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. And that is no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Ball security always paramount. That football must be riveted to your rib cage, Jesse, and it wasn't last time.
And look, he knows if that happens again, he's going to find himself on the sideline. So this is going to be a dude very motivated to make some plays on this drive.
Yeah, and I think it's frustrating, but you got to put it behind you. You got to move on. And this offense has to go through him anyways. You got to be able to run the football and have some balance.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Out of the gun, the inside give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Strong belief in this running game as he powers his way ahead and picks up 8. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for it. Breaks the tackle. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. The Rebels are rolling down the field.
Love the play call here and love the decision to go RPO on 4th down. You're giving yourself options, but right here, you're just trusting in your offensive line and your running back.
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He's brought down. A short return to the defense comes out on top with a pick.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Looking downfield on first down. Working that left side now.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive.
Turning it on! Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Cardinals now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires left. He's got it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The give on the inside. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Cardinals with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Setting up the screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. They'll give it to the back. He getting stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll run play action. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Just drives it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds the tight end. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. And the Rebels moving quickly to the line.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Off play action. Makes the catch. It's Siegel. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That was a nice catch right near the line of scrimmage. Man, you want to get some yak after the catch and try to make a play, but that defense was right on him, got him on the ground too quick.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. To the air on first down. Wide open downfield. Breaks into the open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback, because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Snags it over the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. His offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Cardinals will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. From the gun, the ground game. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Rebels are in the hurry-up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. It's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Got his man in the middle. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Quickly to the tight end. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Complete to the right. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. The analytics nerds say the goal is at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
Pass defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
Off the play fake on first down. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
And he tacked on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looking to throw on first down. Right down the middle. Finds the big tight end. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. Wants to go up top on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got the screen set up. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 15. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Louisville! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that was great execution on that drive. That is exactly what you needed. You took almost all of the time, and you cut into this lead. Now you're about to go into the half, get everybody excited, use that momentum to start the 2nd half.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And he's going to try to return this one. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. And with time running out here in the 1st half, this offense will choose to take a knee. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge of your seat type 1st half. This Gasparilla Bowl has lived up to expectations. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Gasparilla Bowl.
The Rebels will boot it away to start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right.
There he goes. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. From the gun, running back on the move. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. He's going for a big play downfield. And he'll pull it in inside the 20.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
They go to the ground. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll try the run. Touchdown Cardinals. And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Rebels want to move quickly. Trying play action. Finds his tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Oh, and he knocks him out of the way, and he's running free. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
Reads it, fires complete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. The sure hands, it's Gee. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. And the Rebels look to keep this drive humming.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
They get to him as he throws. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Now the play fake. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. So the PI penalty cost the defense 15 and a fresh first down for the Oak. They'll go to the ground. Jukes his way for more. Still making moves. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. The Rebels back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Here they come facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Splits the uprights. Good. And we've got a deadlock here in the 3rd quarter. All tied up, just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Wants to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The play action fake. This time on target. quarterback using all of the receivers at his disposal. This time he found the fullback.
And it's nice to have a guy that can block and obviously have the versatility to also catch the football, so you can mix it up and keep that defense guessing.
Makes the grab, and they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Nice move. Create some space. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Almost had the completion, just missed it. So now it's second and long. Motion from the back. To the air on second down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And they've regained the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Stands in and takes the hit. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be second. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Touchdown, Cardinals! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. Bringing it out. And the returner will be dragged down. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so...
Turning it on! Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third-best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Zings it complete to the right. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. no shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the grab on the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Cardinals will call on their punt team. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game.
So they got to be feeling good. They did their part, score. Your defense does your part. Jesse, this offense, keep that momentum. I would say stay aggressive here.
And just keep doing what you were doing on that last drive, right? Well, whatever was working for you, just go back. Keep using those same playmakers to allow you to go down here and score a touchdown.
Quick completion on the out route. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open top. Breaks into the open. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Quick screen to the speedster outline. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to run for it. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. A couple of yards shy of the 1st down marker, but they've decided this is 4-down territory. The offense still on the field. On 4th down, going to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Segal. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. And the Rebels have their offense in high gear. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the 4th down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. 4th down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big 4th down conversion.
Bringing the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Nice job by this defense here. They didn't do a good enough job on the last drive, but, man, we got to get to the quarterback effective. Get him in predictable situations like you did right here now on 3rd and long.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Rebels will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Fakes the grab. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Using the quick game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Off play action. He's going to throw deep right side. He's got it at the 20. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. That's the end of the period, and Louisville has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Makes one man miss.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the fourth. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it out. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking downfield on first down. He's got his man, makes the grab. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
And the Rebels with the 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Quick strike complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Wow, already up to 250 catches for his career.
That's a lot of catches. How about the consistency of this young man? The durability, the toughness. He's got all those characteristics.
250 catches is impressive, too, because every week the defense knows they're trying to get this guy the ball, and still they cannot stop him.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Got enough for the first. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. What an explosive, eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to... There he goes! And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
What a weapon this guy is, right? At the tight end position, not only can he get open, he can run away from people after the catch. He's a big dude, so he's hard to break down anyway, but the speed is what makes him different.
The RPO fired complete to the left. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick completion on the out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Got him downfield. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down. Pulls and fires complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. Wrestled down at that 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Got a hand on it nicely and broke it up in the end zone. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now they regain the lead.
And I think I like the call, man. You got an opportunity to take the lead in the fourth quarter, go for the kick. He executes it perfectly. Defense, now it's your turn. We got the lead. We got to get a stop.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. Give to the running back. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Looking to throw on first down. Catch inside the 25. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal from the 8. And guys, a perfect opportunity here to take the lead late. Now on the option. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. The Rebels in the hurry-up. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the move. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And now they take the lead.
Big-time kick right there, man. 4th quarter, clutch time. You needed to come through to take the lead, and now the pressure goes to the defense. You got to keep this lead. Got to get a stop or 2 more, and you can get the dub in this football game.
Fielded in the end zone. It's 4. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. They're working that left side. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. And the Cardinals are on the move. The give. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The inside handoff. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there. Got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
Defense a little too anxious there. They're just making it easier for this offense. Fires to the tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cardinals can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls and throws off the RPO. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
And the Cardinals pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Touchdown, Louisville! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Wants to go up top. And he snatches it and comes down in the end zone for the 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So after getting into the end zone in that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll throw it. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down. Still going. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's Siegel. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. Now on second down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Oh, he got loose. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock lost one deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. Turning it on. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Unleashes one deep. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? Just a crushing mistake on the penalty wipes out the touchdown, and now they'll have to try to get it together and score again. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The Rebels headed quickly to the line. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not about limiting to low points anymore, but you got to find ways to create turnovers and get that ball back to your offense so they can do their damage. Defense just needed to create a few more opportunities.
I think it just came down to individual effort on the defensive side of the football for this team. Somebody needs to step up in big moments in big games and make the play to win. We didn't see it happen today.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we are finished as well. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, thanking our entire crew and thanking you for being with us for another presentation of EA Sports College Football. We'll see you next season.